Would you like to reduce your anxiety without taking drugs? If yes, then make sure to stick around and watch this video until the end because I'm going to share 5 main areas that you can focus on immediately to reduce your anxiety holistically. Let's dive in. Firstly, I'll just say that I would totally understand if you are taking pills or have taken pills or are thinking about taking pills. Myself, when I was 17 years old, I was very depressed and I didn't know what to do. And for a little while, I went to see a psychiatrist, psychologist, and I also took pills. For me, it made me feel very numb and I didn't want to feel that way, so I stopped doing it. Also, I can't tell you if you should take pills or not because I'm not a doctor. So if you're thinking of it, definitely go and see your doctor about that. What I can say is that if you would like to try a holistic approach to reducing your anxiety, then definitely make sure to watch this video until the end because you're in the right place. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to share the 5 main areas that you can focus on to reduce your anxiety holistically. And I just want to say that all of these areas are important. However, some of them are more important to focus on first. So I'm going to say them first, and then I'm going to share a couple of things that you can work on over time. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is meeting your basic needs. So this is basic self-care. This means taking care of your health, taking care of your nutrition, drinking enough water, getting enough sunlight, exercising, resting enough, and sleeping enough. These are just basic, simple things that unfortunately we forget to do, but they're so important. And the reason that they're important specifically for anxiety is that when the system is tired and run down, you're more prone to anxiety. So this is a huge area and I won't go fully into it now, but just know that the first thing that you can do is to take care of yourself in these simple ways to keep your energy up so that you're less likely to have anxiety. So that's number one. And the second one is to create a safe environment. So as much as possible, find safe spaces for yourself in your life. Ideally, all of your life is quite safe, but if it's not possible for your whole life to feel very safe, then at least create safe spaces. Basically, it's very hard to take care of yourself and to reduce your anxiety in a meaningful way if you really have actual danger or emotional violence or physical violence in your life. So as much as possible, this sounds obvious, but it's something that needs to be said. If it's possible to get yourself out of any situations that are abusive or dangerous, then do it. And if not, then try to create as much safe space in your life as you can. So maybe places that you can go or just whatever it is that you can do to create safe spaces for yourself. And I'll just say that, unfortunately, for some people, this may not be possible. And I'm very sorry if this is your situation. If that's the case, that you cannot at the moment create these safe spaces for yourself, then still do the other 4 of these, because if you can work on this and reduce your anxiety and build up your strength, maybe you'll be able to get the strength to get yourself out of any kind of situation that is not safe. And number 3 is to reduce symptoms. Okay, so a lot of what we're talking about is general things that we can do in our lives to have less anxiety. However, we also want to have skills and techniques that we can use in the moment to reduce our anxiety when it comes up. So some classic ones are breathing exercises, going for a walk, taking some time for yourself. These are some basic ones. I also want to mention that I have a 3-step process that I call the Anxiety Relief Protocol, which I believe to be exactly the first 3 things that you need to do anytime you feel anxiety to reduce it quickly. And I give the most powerful step of this in my free workshop, Mapping Key to Anxiety Free, which you can get for free in the description of this video. So dive into that because I explain how it works and I also do an exercise at the end where you'll feel it working on yourself. So definitely jump in and give that a try. We need to have tools and skills that we can use in the moment when we feel anxiety to reduce it. So that is number 3. So number 4 is self-esteem. We want to build self-esteem. It's not the case for all anxiety, but I would say that most anxiety is related to low self-esteem, meaning that underneath there are beliefs such as I'm not good enough, I'm broken, there's something wrong with me, I'm not worthy. These kind of deep-seated beliefs that cause so much issues in our life and cause so much anxiety. So as a long-term solution for anxiety, to really be free of anxiety, we want to work on our self-esteem. And lastly, number 5, and possibly the most important if you really want to be free from anxiety, is to process trauma. Basically, on some level, trauma is anxiety and anxiety is trauma, because anxiety is patterns of uncomfortable thoughts and emotions, and trauma is those same thoughts and emotions stored inside of us. So basically, you have, unfortunately, all this stuff stored inside of you from childhood, from whenever. It's in there and it is controlling your life and causing your anxiety. So if we want to be free from anxiety, if we really want to be free, then we need to process our trauma. This is something that we do over time. Everybody has a different amount of trauma. The process will be different for everybody, but the overall concept is the same. If you want to be free from anxiety, ultimately, if you really want to take your life back and have freedom, then you need to focus on processing trauma. And again, this is something that is a lifelong process. And the more you process your trauma throughout your life, the freer you will be. Okay, so to recap, the 5 main areas that you can focus on if you want to reduce your anxiety and eventually get free from anxiety without taking drugs in a holistic way. Number 1 is to meet your basic needs. So the very basic things: nutrition, food, water, sunlight, and rest. Make sure you get those covered so that you don't get so tired and you're less likely to get anxiety. Number 2, create a safe place if possible. So that means, if possible, try to get out of any situation that is emotionally or physically abusive. Number 3 is to reduce symptoms. So find the techniques and tools that work for you that can reduce your anxiety. And again, try the free workshop that I talked about, where I share a tool that I believe is the most powerful thing that you can do to reduce your anxiety anytime or anywhere. Number 4 is to improve your self-esteem. So over time, you will want to learn to get free from these limiting beliefs and fears that are inside of you, and believe that you really are lovable, because you are. And again, on this channel, this is something that I will be talking about a lot. Number 5 is to process trauma. Process trauma. Anxiety is trauma. Trauma is anxiety. So the freer you are from trauma, the freer you will be from anxiety. And again, this channel is all about these 5 areas. So if you want to be free from anxiety, if you want the best tools for reducing your anxiety, if you want to get free from trauma, if you want to build your self-esteem, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell, because all of the content that I will be posting on this channel is exactly for you. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was valuable, and let's get free together.